Where did the man walk into?
A man walked into a town market.
Okay, was he a scholar?
He was not a scholar. He was an Amengosa, the royal inspector for the king.
What did the man borrow from the other man last spring?
The man borrowed a bag of rice.
How much did he pay the man back?
He paid another man double 2 bags.
Okay, next page. Who whispered to the crowd?
Marduk whispered to the crowd,
What did the man in the black mask say?
"No wonder you're so fat."
What did the dancers begin to do?
They began to sing again.
Right. Who pretended not to hear?
Mokse pretended he did not hear.
What did the crowd do?
The crowd roared with laughter.
Okay, next page. Who stopped the dance?
The policeman came and stopped the dance.
What did the police shout out?
The crime is insulting the nobility.
Okay, next page. Where did the inspector go?
The inspector went to a nearby food stand.
The inspector went to a nearby food stand. What did he offer the old farmer?
He offered some rice wine to an old farmer sitting there.
Who are greedy landowners?
Most Yangban are greedy landowners.
Did he refill the old man's cup?
Yes, he refilled the old man's cup.
Next page. Where did the inspector walk to?
The inspector walked to the court where the performers were being held.
What are the performers doing?
They were kneeling on the ground.
Who shouted, "Prepare to receive your punishment"?
Magistrate shouted, "Prepare to receive your punishment."
Okay, next page. Did the police know that the man was the royal inspector?
No, he didn't.
What did the royal inspector hold out?
He held his mop high for everyone to see.
What color did the magistrate turn?
The magistrate turned white.
Where did the inspector sit?
The inspector sat in the magistrate's seat. One day, a man walked into a town market. He was dressed like a poor scholar, but he was not a scholar. He was an Amhengusa, the royal inspector for the king. The king sends him to all the towns and villages. He then reports to the king about how the people live. Up ahead, he saw a group of people standing in a circle. In the middle, 4 dancers were wearing strange masks. Others played drums and gongs. "What's this?" he wondered. "Flowers bloom, birds sing, all the day, all the dance." "Shh! Stop, you, Marduk." "Yes, master. Didn't you borrow a bag of rice from me last spring?" "Yes, sir." "When are you going to pay me back?" "I did, sir." "When?" "Last fall. I paid you double, 2 bags." "That was the interest. You still owe me a bag." "That's not fair." "Just do as I say." "But my family was nothing to live on." "That's not my concern." "No wonder you're so fat." Marduk whispered to the crowd and everyone laughed. "Excuse me, did you just call me fat?" "I said no wonder you're so fit. You have the body of a true nobleman." "I don't deny it." The dancers began to sing again. "Flowers bloom, birds sing, all the day, all the dance." "Shh! Hey, Mokse, Mokse, can't you hear me?" Mokse pretended he did not hear. "I hear a barking dog, but where is the dog?" "I see the dog standing on 2 feet." "Where? I don't see a dog." The nobleman looked around. The crowd roared with laughter. "You're calling me? Why? To give me food? Or something to wear? Would a man like me give you anything? Not until horns grow on a horse's head." All the dancers sang, "Not until horns grow on a horse's head." Suddenly, the police came and stopped the dance. The performers were taken away. "The crime is insulting the nobility," shouted the police. The crowd then dispersed. Afterwards, the inspector went to a nearby food stand. He offered some rice wine to an old farmer sitting there. Most Yangban are greedy landowners, the farmer said. The magistrate is on their side. We're tenants who work hard, but they take over 70%. The farmer was soon drunk, but kept talking. By springtime, we're hungry. We're out of rice and the barley isn't ripe. So we have to borrow from the landowners. Tell me more, the inspector urged. He refilled the old man's cup. After the harvest, we have to pay back double. Every year it's the same, the farmer said. I see, nodded the inspector. So the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Right, the old farmer said as he finished his rice wine. The inspector walked to the court where the performers were being held. They were kneeling on the ground. Prepare to receive your punishment, shouted the magistrate. The policemen held up sticks and were about to beat them. Wait, shouted the inspector in a loud voice. Who are you? Do you want to get beaten too? Sneered the police. Will you dare beat our royal inspector? He held his muppet high for everyone to see. The magistrate turned white. He and the others bowed low to the ground. The inspector sat in the magistrate's seat. I'm in charge of this court now. He spoke with outrage. Who asked the police to arrest these performers? He demanded to know. A fat nobleman slowly came forward. Did you think the nobleman in the dance was you? The inspector asked. The fat man trembled, but did not answer. Do you make the farmers pay you back double, even when they don't have enough food for their own families? The nobleman burst out into tears. Yes, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. You must promise in force of all these people, the inspector ordered. The nobleman did as he was told. Then the inspector called all other noblemen in the village. He made them promise the same thing. Finally, the inspector turned to the magistrate. He said, your duty was to help people, but you took bribes from the Yangban. You hurt the people. You're fired, and you're under arrest. The inspector wrote a report about the town and the masked dance. He sent it to the king in Hanyang. Then he left for his next stop. That is the secret royal inspector, traveling the country to help the people. After all, he is the eyes and ears of the great king himself.